Polish people, the good, the bad, the stereotypes, are they true or not true? This is my honest opinion of Polish people after living in the country for a few years. If you haven't seen any of my content, I'm a Scottish guy living in Poland. I post videos about life here and some travel content. And this is my boy, who looks like he spotted another pheasant or something. It's been running crazy. But anyway, as I was saying, Polish people. I've always had such a good impression of Polish people before I even came to Poland. Like back in school, we used to always like fancy Polish girls. We always like, oh, Polish girls are so hot. Kind of true, to be honest, right? But don't tell my girlfriend I said that. She's not Polish. And as I get older, like I started working with a lot of Polish. This was about the time we got a lot of Polish immigrants, and I always found like the guys I worked with were always like super hard working, like nice guys, like just get on with the job. So yeah, I always had a good impression. First came to Poland like 5 years ago and got to know more Polish people obviously, and how like people interact, how they are. And it was a bit different. Like in Scotland, we're much more friendly on the face of things. Like we're always like talking to strangers, we're always going out of our way, like to chat with people and stuff. Here people are a bit more, I don't want to say cold, but they're not as like open to begin with, but once you get to know them, they're like Polish people, they're like super cool, just like everywhere else. You've got some idiots, you've got nice people. But yeah, that's kind of generalisation, like not all are like that, but yeah, once you get to know Polish people, they're like super cool. Perfect example, like about Polish people that I like, they'll always get their way to help people. Where I parked my car just now, I was in the same place in the winter, and my car gets stuck in the mud. I had my dogs in the back, it was mayhem, so like it was like this thick mud, my car was trying everything to get it out. An old guy came out of one of the nearby houses. He was like 85 years old, and he was trying to help me. He was trying to call one of his sons to come and tow for me. And then another guy just driving by saw what was going on, stopped, came over. He had one of the tow things on his back, helped me without hesitation. And I was like, that's like a perfect example I love about Polish people. They'll always get their way to like help people. Okay, I just came back home. It was looking like a storm was coming. My boy was getting a bit restless and he was hungry, so thought I'd come back and finish the video here. Next one. If you're ever invited to a Polish person's for dinner or just for over visiting, never eat before you go. I've learned this the hard way. Always go with an empty stomach, especially if there's a babcia, like kind of older grandma type there. You're going to get fed whether you like it or not, no question. So you could eat like 2 whole plates of pierogi, for example, and you'd be like, oh, are you hungry? You're like, no, I'm full, that was great, thank you, blah, blah, blah. 2 minutes later, they'll come out with a full plate. It's, it's just like, So yeah, just be mentally prepared for that, physically prepared by, keeping an empty stomach. Same goes for drinking. If you're at your Polish friends drinking, they'll never let you see like your glass going empty, they'll just keep refilling. Now, I'm not a big vodka guy, more of a whiskey, beer person, even wine. Vodka, just like 1 glass and I'm drunk. I just don't have the bloody thing for it. Yeah, I get really drunk, dead easy on it. But yeah, then I drank with some Polish people. Even like a few weeks ago, I was at a friend's house, their parents and stuff were there. So the dad kept like, give me vodka, and so like, I think 3rd drink, he went into the toilet, came back, and then sure enough, filled another one, and he was like, oh, you handle your vodka well, and I was like, oh, thanks. Little did he know I was in the toilet, like, getting it out. So yeah, it's really, hospitality is a big thing here. They love to treat you well, like, usually through food or alcohol. But yeah, you need to be prepared. It's not a bad thing, it's actually a really nice thing. But yeah, I learned the hard way, that one. So yeah, mentally prepare yourself. Next one, complaining. It's a stereotype about Polish people. Kind of true, to be honest. The Polish will be the first to tell you like about it. They joke about it. There's even a Polish word. What is it? I can't remember actually, but if you're Polish watching, let me know in the comments. So yeah, my Polish friend explained to me, it's like they would rather like get it out and open if something's bothering someone or annoying them, they would rather just say it then, rather than like holding a grudge. So it kind of comes from a good place, I think. But yeah, that was something that took getting used to when I first came to Poland, especially like the older generation. I don't think the younger generation is as bad, but yeah, it's definitely a stereotype that happens to be true. So yeah, it comes from a good place, as I mentioned, so can't hold it against them. One thing I really like about Polish people is their love of dogs. Now, having 2 dogs myself, this was a really nice surprise. Pretty much everyone has dogs here, and adopting's a really big thing, more so than the UK. Like, a lot of the UK are like just buying like pedigrees and from breeders, but here like adopting's a really big thing. I adopted one of my dogs too, Scooby. You met my other one, Cholo, earlier, that I brought from Scotland. I'll show them on the screen. But yeah, the love of dogs here was really nice. Nice surprise. People of all ages. The apartments I've rented in the past, I've not had any issues. Like, I've rented maybe 4 or 5 apartments before I got my own place, and always managed to get somewhere with that was dog friendly. Back home, it was always like you'd have to like convince the landlord to let you have the dogs, like either pay a bigger deposit, or if they did let you, it was always like old furniture there anyway. I mean, at the end of the day, it's their property, they can rent out to who they want or whatever, but yeah, Poland's really, really dog friendly, and it's a really nice thing. So yeah, hats off to Poland, and definitely one of the like top reasons I really like it here. Is Poland racist? No. Are there racist Polish people? I'm sure there are. There's racist Scottish people, racist French people, racist Africans, racist Indians. You get my point. There's racism everywhere. But people confuse in most recent years with Poland not wanting to bring in mass migration like we see in the West, all the problems we're having with that, to Poland, and they're somehow like calling that racist. Now, much rather be called racist in Poland than see what's happened to our country back home. But yeah, I won't get too much into that. But yeah, like Poland's been through a lot, obviously, over the years. Communism, World War II. They've had their fair share of like travesties committed on the people. So it's only natural that they're so like proud of their country, very defensive, like almost nationalistic, which is not a bad thing. But yeah, the UK, for example, has just went absolutely insane. Like, even during the World Cup recently, England were playing, and I saw footage of, I'm not sure if they were Labour councillors or one of the other parties, going round a borough in London and removing, I think it was either the Union Jack or the England flag, because it didn't want to offend the migrants living there. That's how like insane the UK is right now, right? And I couldn't even fathom like that in Poland. So Poland aren't ashamed who they are, they're proud of who they are, they're proud of their country, and I wish we had more of that back home. I'm not saying everyone's like some over the top lefty or anything in the UK, but yeah, in Poland there's a lot of pride, and that's what I really like about the place too. They're not ashamed of who they are, proud to be Polish, and like that would just never happen here, like stuff like that. So yeah, just thought I'd give that a wee mention, that was on my mind. Now, next one. I don't know what it is. I think the food quality is just much better here. People eat more like natural food, but you don't see as many fat people here, like compared to back home. Just a small thing I noticed. Like, even my mum was here recently, and she was like, "Do you know, you never don't see as many like overweight people in Poland compared to like the UK, the West in general." And I was like, "Yeah, I noticed that too." So it's quite a nice thing, obviously, but they take a lot better care of their bodies. Like, they're much more outdoorsy as well. Yeah, just a weird thing I noticed about Poland. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. All I can think of anyway. If you like the content, please subscribe, comment, let me know what you think, if I'm right or wrong, if there's anything I didn't mention that should have get mentioned and all that. So yeah, on to the next one. Thanks for watching. Cheers.